Hello. In this short video, I wanted to go over the class guidelines to hopefully help you understand how the course is structured. All right, it's important to see that the course objectives are the one that you should be able at the end of the semester to perform a statistical analysis, understand the results, and make or recommend an appropriate decision. Another important objective is that you be able to understand the statistical methodology and the interpretation of results presented in printed materials such as newspapers, journals, etc. So those are the two objectives, grand objectives of the course. I'm your instructor, Jesus Cuellar Fuentes, and here's my email. We will have office hours every Thursday from 2 to 3:30 p.m. If this day and time is not appropriate for you, please contact me, and we'll see what we can do to arrange a meeting at some other time, through Zoom, of course. Now, the textbook will be Introductory Statistics by Penn Mann. It will be the 9th edition. The most important materials that are required for the class is access to the Wiley Plus account, because that will give you access to the electronic version of the textbook and, more importantly, access to the homework assignments. And of course, you will require some electronic device with a microphone, the camera, and the high-speed internet connection to access the online materials and the exams. Now, the course is structured in modules, and the modules correspond to one chapter, or each module corresponds to one chapter. However, the module will consist of the PowerPoints, slides, recorded lectures, the homework assignments, and other materials that may be necessary for that particular module. The homeworks will be, again, for each module, there'll be a number of homeworks assigned, and this will be assigned on Wiley Plus. So you will need to log into Wiley Plus to access the homeworks. Each homework has a particular number of points assigned to it, and they all have a due date. Make sure you turn them in by the due date, and this will be graded automatically by Wiley Plus. I should mention that you will have 3 tries for each homework problem. After the second try, you will lose 5% of the credit, because some questions are, if you try twice, you will get it right. So after the second try, it will cost you a little. And again, not very much. All right, in terms of quizzes, we will have those periodically, and this will require a handwritten solution. So once you solve the quiz, you will scan that solution, the piece of paper where you wrote the solution, and submit it as a PDF file. I will review that, and I will add comments to that, so that if necessary, and those comments should help you correct any errors in your solution, and you will be allowed to resubmit that solution so to increase your score. But more importantly, this will be a chance for you to understand how to solve the problem, because the exam problems will be just like the quizzes problems. Not exactly the same problem, but very similar to those problems. We may have some discussions later on, and if we do have discussions, it will be graded as a pass or fail. So you either get 100% of the discussion, or you get nothing. Another way that you will get no credit for the discussion is if you do not write any comments, or if your comments have nothing to do with the topic that I asked you to discuss. The exams, there will be 3 partial exams and a final exam. Then be asking you to lock your browser while you take the exam and to record yourself. I will post the details of how to take exams as the time approaches to the first exam. And of course, this will be taken online. In terms of honesty, I will ask you to uphold the standards of academic honesty as stated in the student handbook. That means that you will solve the homework yourself, the quizzes yourself, and of course the exams yourself. Although for quizzes and even for online homeworks, I don't mind if you want to work with someone else, but you should submit your own homework solution and your own quiz solution. For the exams, it will be yourself who will be solving the exam. At the end of the semester, I will compile the overall grade. The assignment, quizzes, and discussions will be worth 20% of the grade, and each exam will be worth 20%, even the final exam. The final exam will not be comprehensive. It will only include the chapters that are assigned for the final exam. However, even though it's not comprehensive, you will require what you have learned in other chapters to be able to solve the problems for the chapters that will be covered during the final exam. Then at the end, once I have your final score, then I will use this scale and determine your letter grade for the course. And this is the scale that is in the university handbook. The last part of these guidelines is the schedule, and we have the dates for week by week, and we have weeks 1, 2, 3, and so forth. And here are the modules that we're supposed to cover each week and the corresponding chapters. So I will be posting the slides and the recorded lectures for each slide set as we progress. Again, if you have any questions or suggestions or doubts, please don't hesitate to send me an email. Thank you.